Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Never pay $5 for a cookie.
And Terrence.
I agree. That's insane. And they're not good. Crumble cookies ain't good, y'all. Same.
He's not wrong. All right, we got plenty to talk about this week, so let's get right into it. Checked out this week. Well, just off the top, there is a review for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It is a spoiler-free review of the movie. There will be a spoiler review that drops early next week as well. But if you're listening to this at this time, there is this spoiler-free review on our YouTube page, also in the Coming Distractions podcast feed. Next up, I watched Men. I finally had a chance to watch A24's Men. Again, I would like to just preface, I thought I had two friends here, but clearly I don't, because they're like, no, you gotta watch it. Yeah, that ending is horrendous and it's fucked up. Pretty gross. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good commentary on just sort of the modern era of like women dealing with men's bullshit. Yeah, it's telling in a lot of ways, but I feel like the people who should watch it will never watch it, and I feel like it's probably way too smart for those people anyway. So, highly recommend.
I mean, yeah, but like I don't think the movie is necessarily a smart movie. I mean, it takes it's
smarter than these people are.
I agree with that. It takes the idea of like toxic men giving birth to more toxic men, like through their actions and
like
through
YouTube
and stuff. Right. It takes that to a quite literal level,
right.
And it's gross.
Yeah, it gets pretty out there.
It's gross in real life.
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah.
That ending was fucking.
I'll never, no matter how you do it,
unacceptable. Yeah,
yeah, because they were just like, you want to see something nasty again and again and again, like all right.
And again, I watched all kind of wild shit, and I was disgusted.
Yeah. Great CGI, but like every time, like I was like, oh. He's pregnant too. Please stop. Like I just want, please stop. Like I got it. Like I got it. Jesus Christ. But yeah, very good movie. I enjoyed it. I also watched Neal Brennan's new stand-up Blocks. It's on Netflix.
Oh, how was that?
It's pretty good. I didn't think it was as good as Three Mics that he did before. I don't know if either one of you saw that. Yeah, you should check it out. Like, so Neal Brennan's whole hook though is interesting, both in this and in Three Mics. While Neal Brennan does stand up, Neal Brennan is a like clinically depressed person, and is very open about that. And he uses his comedy to kind of explain sort of his personality. Right? It's really fascinating, and not in a like sort of like. Isn't depression hilarious? Like, nah, it's not. But also, like, let me like mostly weave in these like very funny stories. Like he tells a great story about what happened when he went to this Netflix event, just for like all their stand-up people, and it was at like I don't know, like Ted Sarandos's house or something like that, and it was like all the major comedians. It was like Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Chappelle, like. Burr, like all these like huge people, and like I won't give away the moment or the joke because the joke is actually really funny, but like how he feels like being around these people, like his comedy icons, right? And like him trying to get into stand up, like he just started doing stand up at like 40 years old, right? Like he only did writing. I mean, for people who don't know,
Chappelle show.
They co-wrote the show together, right?
Yeah.
So Brennan is like a really very, very funny guy, but that like he's a very good comedy writer. And I think he's a pretty good stand-up, but I always kind of want to watch his stuff just to see how he deals with like explaining his depression and shit like that. It's fascinating. It really is. Like he actually has footage of like the therapies and shit that he went through, it's fucking wild, dude. Like he went through like shock therapy and shit like that. And like here and in China and other places, like really wild shit. But he's very, like, I think he's very funny. Like, so if you've seen Three Mics, I definitely would recommend it. I don't think it's as good as Three Mics, but yeah, it's a fascinating little, it's about an hour, I think. But yeah, check it out on Netflix. And then Micah, you watched Bullet Train.
Before that, I went and saw Chris Rock in concert.
Oh, I wanted to ask you how.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about that. Was he funny?
You know that Sam Wilson meme of that part in Winter Soldier where what's his name is talking and Sam is like, I mean, he's out of line, but like he's right. That can sum up that special. He's out of line, but he's right. It was funny, but it's not a classic. And I think those days are long gone, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
He came out the first 20 minutes. He felt like he was buzzed because he was like slurring his words. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
He might have been,
but he kind of got it together as time moved on. He started like making jokes about Meghan Markle for some strange reason.
Meghan Markle.
And exactly like when he went on his old man rant about like young people and cancel culture and stuff like that, and then he starts making fun of her, and he's like I don't feel for her. Like she knew what she was getting into. She married somebody from the royal family, right? Like they invented racism and shit. Like they invented colonization. Like you didn't know that they were racist. You didn't know that they were racist. And she was like, oh, they say they asked what the baby was gonna look, if the baby was gonna be dark, right? And I had to chuckle because, like, of course, Chris Rock was like, black people want to know how dark the baby gonna be, and sure as shit, like when my first son was born, my dad was like, you look kind of light.
Yours?
He going. I mean, that's what he was saying, right? And it's
wild.
like, it's like, yeah, he's gonna darken. Oh, when's he gonna get his color? Like, all right, dude. Like,
it's like
he's gonna get.
Dad, how many children have you had? You don't know how this works,
right?
Like,
right. It takes a couple days. It takes a couple days for it's like like one of those pins that you turn upside down and the water runs the other way. Like it takes a couple days for it to bake in. Like
yeah, yo, he's been inside for 9 months, yo. Like let him see the sunlight. You know what I mean? Like Polaroids don't come out fully developed. Jesus.
That's why you shake babies.
Why you gotta. He eventually went on and he started talking about like his daughter and stuff, and he got into politics. He addressed the Will Smith stuff, and
how did
he
that
basically
go?
was. So it was. He made the same jokes that everyone else does, right? Like, oh, he ain't attacked, 50 Cent. 50 Cent been dogging that nigga forever. Since that whole entanglement thing, he ain't gonna punch him, right? And people ask me why didn't I hit him back? And he said, because I got parents and they raised me not to, act like an animal in public. And
I mean, so did mine, but
like, nah, you're not gonna just smack me, yo. Like,
you're not gonna slap me and me just not do something. I'm a fucking. We fight. Like, Will Smith is bigger than me, but we the same height. Fuck that nigga.
Look, Will Smith is a lot bigger than me. I'm just gonna have to get my ass beat on stage. Yo. You're not gonna just no, you're not just gonna smack me. Fuck that. Two ridiculous niggas on stage fighting. Like it's just
right
in suits.
Boy, embarrass our whole race. Fuck that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't like this is when everybody turns into crabs. Like fuck that. Like yeah. I'm bringing everybody down.
Knock the whole barrel over.
We had a heckler. He was doing some political stuff, and we had a heckler.
Oh, God.
A pro-Trump guy.
At a Chris Rock show?
He was a black dude. Because
he had no facial hair. He had no facial hair.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. I know.
And he was, and like to the point where security had to loom over this dude for 15 straight minutes to make sure that he doesn't do any more heckling. And I think this is going to be on Netflix in 2023. I read an article that he's going to do a live show globally on Netflix.
Spoiler alert for later.
All right then. And I think this is going to be the set, or at least most of it. It's not his best work. It's not his best work. It's far from it. And I didn't even mind. Like, I enjoyed Tambourine.
I like Tambourine.
It wasn't as funny.
I like Tambourine. Yeah, it wasn't like classic Chris Rock.
Yeah, it's not like Bigger and Blacker or whatever. There's no near
nothing going to touch that, right? There ain't nothing going to touch that. But this is, it was fine. It was fine. It was a nice night out.
Okay, that's fair.
I think the thing about comedy is like once you get into a certain bracket, it's like your comedy is you have to skew it a certain way. I mean, you can still talk about the same shit, but like you're rich, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't associate with the people that's coming to see your shit anymore. You don't. It's kind of fucked up. Dave Chappelle's the same way.
Yeah, you
have to find something to harp on, and unfortunately, it's a trans issue with Dave Chappelle because you can't really talk about your everyday life. I mean, you can. And to deal with the shit, but like people are like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about all that. I mean, you can make it funny, but at the same time,
the only person I've seen who can play that, but he's a very different type of comedian, is like Ricky Gervais does a good job of that, but he plays it up of like, I'm rich, like, nigga, fuck I'm you, rich. Right, exactly. Right. That's his whole shtick, and that works. But like, yeah, most comedians, and because I don't think he never really came from a situation where he was like a street like a street level kind of right. He didn't start as like a street level comedian necessarily. Like, so yeah, it like the same thing happens in music, right? Like depending on your type of music. Like the best example of that is, I don't want to hear the guys from Rage Against the Machine talking about fighting the system. Nigga, you're the system now. You're a bunch of rich assholes, right? Like there was a great like joke a long time ago when they broke up. It's like, how the fuck are you Rage Against the Machine? Your sweatshirts at your show cost $60. Like, like you are the machine at that point, right? So it's a little hard. Like you just hit a point and you got to just be like, I'm out. Like you just gotta bow out. And I think that does happen eventually to comedians too, because eventually you just become old and you're just like an old man yelling about shit. Like that's just kind of what happens.
And that's what about a third of it was just like an old man yelling about shit. It's funny you mentioned kind of like being at a certain level. He talks about that, and he talks about it in relation to his daughter and how the goal for him was to make his children, like his daughters, the most spoiled kids ever. Like just because like he wants to spoil them. Like he wants to make sure he wants them to have literally the finest things ever. And it's like, well, all right, nigga, like, well, fuck you then, right? But he flips it and it's like, but it backfired, right?
Yeah, because they're the worst.
Right, and then he tells stories about how it backfired, and it goes on from there. But,
right, and that's a good way to pivot on stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to, because you can't just be like, yeah, my daughter knows 3 languages, nigga. Like, what's your daughter know? Huh? Your daughter can barely speak English.
Right? They're like, yeah, we broke. I spent all my money coming to see you. What the fuck?
So, yeah, Tambourine is better. Tambourine is better, but it's all right. It's just got some weird stuff to it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, and look, maybe he's working it out, right? Like that's the thing in comedy.
Yeah.
And like maybe by the time he does this live show, it'll be a tight set. Because like there's moments in Tambourine that I didn't appreciate it until I saw it like a second or third time. I was like, damn, that actually is a pretty good setup joke. Like that whole thing about like visiting Jamaica is 100% accurate. Like that shit, that drive to the hotel, see the worst shit you've ever seen. Oh, here's a pina colada. Hey, this is a good pina colada. Like, was that a baby eating a dreadlock? Like, you just don't give a fuck anymore. They just ply you with liquor. It's accurate. All right, Micah, you watched Bullet Train. So tell us, me and Terrence, who bailed out quite early on this movie.
I got 35 minutes in.
You got 15 minutes longer than I did. so tell us how good it is.
It's not.
Shocker.
It's not. It's not good. It's barely fun. It's
God damn.
It's a movie. It's a movie that's doing way too much. It's doing way too much. First of all, it's 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I swear to you, this movie feels like it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like it feels long.
That's a shame.
Brad Pitt plays this hitman who doesn't want to kill anybody anymore, so he gets convinced to do one last job on a bullet train, a snatch and grab, and shenanigans ensue. This movie is desperately trying to be like a classic Guy Ritchie movie, and it fails. The only place it doesn't fail is it has very unique, quirky characters, but they're not. It has very unique, quirky characters. It's a COVID movie, so there's a lot of stunt casting in it, like Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it, Brian Tyree Henry's in it.
Doing a British
Michael
accent,
Shannon. Michael Shannon is in it. Bad Bunny is in it. Sandra Bullock is in it. Zazie Beetz is in it. Like, there's a bunch of like names in this movie. Spoiler alert: Ryan Reynolds has a cameo in it. Like it feels like a COVID movie. It feels like a half-baked attempt at a classic Guy Ritchie movie. It's fake Snatch is what it is. And
it's Grab.
Yeah, it's Grab. It's not good, man. It's not. I do not recommend.
I honestly got truly about 10 to 15 minutes in, and I was like, this dialogue is not like, it's not holding my attention. I was like, and I was kind of psyched to see it. I was like, all right, Bullet Train. Like, I like the aesthetic. I knew it was going to be goofy, but I figured it was going to be kind of like a Guy Ritchie, fun heist movie, but a little bit more like Japanese electric glow kind of style to it. No, I just, no, thank you. I'm good. I don't ever need to try to watch that movie again.
Oh, yeah. Nah. Too quick checked out for myself. I ran through the first season of The White Lotus. I almost tapped out after the first episode because the thing about me is I don't like people being assholes to other people.
Oh well, you picked the wrong show.
The thing is, I don't like rich assholes being assholes to like the less fortunate. It bugs me. I hate it. Like I hate bullies, and that white dude, I wanted to push him down a flight of fucking stairs the entire season, and he got away with it.
Which one?
Fucking.
Yes.
No, the main one, the one that was on his honeymoon. He made me so fucking mad. And then the ending, I'm like, of course, because that's exactly how it would end. But it's really good. And I started the season 2. I finished the first two episodes of season 2, which I'm a little on the fence about right now because I don't know yet.
So the first season is really about class, right? Like the difference between the juxtaposition of these uber rich people coming to this beautiful island and being served by the poorest of poor people, right? Not the poorest, but like people who could not afford to stay at the hotel that they're working at.
Right.
And it's all these people with like real problems versus all these rich assholes who like, some kid wants to play his Nintendo Switch on the beach or whatever, right? And I like fuck you, right? Fuck.
He's like, oh, I lost my phone. She's like, okay, cool. I'll order you a new one. It'll be that when you get home. Like, nigga, that's not how shit works,
Right.
Like, must be nice.
You lost. You better go find it.
You better swim your ass in that motherfucking ocean. But yeah, it was just like their problems were, and then the argument that she had. There was one scene that I was like, I don't give a fuck about you. She says, like, when the guy cheats on his wife, and he bought her a $75,000 fucking bracelet to make it up to her, and then he tells her that he told their son. Wow. And she fucking has a fucking meltdown. She's like, why did you tell our son? He's like, I was trying to be real. I'm like, I don't want to keep secrets from our children anymore. And she has like a meltdown because now I have to explain why I'm this. I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I was like, am I supposed to feel sorry for you in this fucking moment? Because I don't.
Right. If you felt that bad, you would leave. Right? Like you ain't that mad. Right. Exactly.
Right. She had this whole like speech and her being sad and crying. I'm like, I don't care. It's like, am I supposed to? Like, is this supposed to make me care about them? Okay, because I felt like I hope all of you drown. Fuck all of y'all. And then the children, and then her daughter, and then the other girl that got the other guy fucked up. I hated that whole family. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, good. That was the point.
But right, but like I got through it. It's really good. And this second season, like I said, I am kind of.
So this second season. So this second season, I think, is more about, instead of class, it's not about class now. It's about gender, and it's about the dynamics between the different men and women. Like everyone is a couple of some sort, right? You got the vapid couple, right? You've got the minority, the white passing minority couple, who are just.
One of them is not really white passing. He looks Asian.
Like, yeah, he does. He looks very much Asian.
Yeah, but like Aubrey Plaza, like she's white passing.
Right.
And then you have the chick from season 1 with Stan from fucking Martin. I found hilarious. That's all I know about Joe.
And you have Michael Imperioli and his relationship with his wife versus his relationship with these, hookers. And I think this is like commenting on gender dynamics. So I'll be very interested to see where this goes. And apparently multiple people die. So we'll see.
And I also, there was one other thing I checked out. Oh yeah, Black Adam. That movie sucks.
What?
Again, I finished it and I was like, that's fine. But then the more I thought about it, like the more I just stopped liking anything about it. And it's not bad, but I don't like it at all.
It's just mediocre. It's very mediocre.
Ugh. It's again, if it came out like 25 years ago, I would have been super hyped for it. And that's like 1996.
Oh, if it was pre-MCU, this would have been the greatest movie that ever happened. Like,
I would give it maybe 20 years ago. Maybe it was like 2000, like right where the Spider-Man movies came out.
If it came out right then, this movie does
it would be great. Right. But no, we've had way too many movies for this to be the way it came out. Yeah.
I mean, the problem is it could never come out then.
You'd also be like 16. Or no, you'd be like 18 or some shit. And your tastes would be
garbage.
Exactly.
At that dumb of a level.
Like I said, well, even when Spider-Man, we were in our 20s when Spider-Man came out, early 20s. Still, it would have probably been dope. But I'm fucking 40.
Well,
this is a children's movie, but he kills a lot of people. Not bad.
Bro, he's killing people. He's killing that one guy.
He's killing the bad guys. He killed the colonizers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This movie's so deep, bro. It's so deep.
This
movie is.
So it's not good. I don't.
No, it isn't.
Try again, nigga.
I would prefer you don't do that. Yeah, like there's no reason to put us through that again. No, thank you.
He's gonna.
I know he is.
Script's already written. The script's already written.
Black Adam with a $sign at the end.
Who wrote it? Did he write it?
The same team.
Who the fuck wrote the first one?
I think I'm pretty sure it's the same people who worked on Jungle Cruise. I know it's the same director, but I think it's the same writer too. Best of luck. All right, Micah, take it away.
Anyway.
Topics.
It was written by 3 people. And
that's always a good sign.
And the one person, the only person who has a Wikipedia credit has, he it's not a lot.
Oh, he did Due Date.
Now.
Due Date was bad. That was like very bad. Maid of Honor.
Oh, I
didn't see that. That doesn't look good.
It's got Patrick.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, guys. Alvin
excuse
and the
me.
Chipmunks.
Excuse me.
The
excuse
road
me.
chip. Oh,
yeah, the road chip. Like, give it the, like a pimp named Slickbag. You have to say the whole thing. Like,
wow. He Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He wrote Rampage.
Oh, there you go. That's why he did this.
So
He was one of 4 writers on Rampage, guys. He was one of 4 writers on
Why the fuck does it
Rampage.
take 12 people to write Rampage?
Have either one of you seen this?
No, I haven't seen Rampage.
Mm-mm.
Tiara and I saw this on a screener.
Oh, she probably loved it.
I don't think she did. That's how bad it was. Like, even she was like,
wow.
She was like, wow, okay, no, this is bad. I think she was mad that The Rock, even at the end of that movie, preferred to hang out with a monkey than a black woman.
Right. I remember that. It's like he refuses to have a black love interest.
Yeah, like the monkey pushed him over to her. Monkey. Was like, go talk to her. He was like,
the monkey wasn't even black. Right.
Monkey wasn't even black.
Come on, yo. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Yo, that was a terrible movie. It was a terrible movie. But it's based on a fucking shitty video game. I mean, it's a classic.
This was back when The Rock was he had a day job, but his previous job was always like a Call of Duty man. You know what I mean? Like, in Skyscraper, which I love that dumbass movie.
That movie is the best movie.
Yeah, that is his best. I agree.
He's the ADT salesman who used to be a Call of Duty man.
Call of Duty.
I love
Rampage. He's a primatologist for an anti-poaching unit who used to be a Call of Duty man.
Yes. Dude, he really is. Dude, primatologist and former special forces soldier. Okay. Davis Okoye. All right, that's cool. That's all right.
Okoye? What? That's his last name?
Oh, God.
Davis Okoye.
I forgot about San Andreas.
I'm pretty sure he's a Call of Duty man.
What was he?
A seismologist that did in San
A
Andreas.
seismologist who knows how to fly a helicopter, so he was a Call of Duty man.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
Christ.
Wait. We need to confirm it. Like, I don't want to be an asshole. I'm sure you're correct. San Andreas. Let's find out about what's his character's fucking arc. Los Angeles Fire Department helicopter rescue pilot, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Wait, whoa. No. He wasn't.
No, he's the. Okay, never mind.
I think his dad maybe was. Like he was not the Caltech seismologist.
Lawrence Hayes.
Yeah, he was Ray Hayes.
Okay, gotcha. He's Ray Gaines. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's Ray Gaines.
He's just a fireman.
He's just a regular Call of Duty. That's pretty good.
Fucking okay. Cool. Right.
It's just bullshit movie after bullshit movie. I swear. All right, Micah, take it away.
I'm sorry. Baywatch. He was in Baywatch as Lieutenant Mitch Buchanan. Lieutenant, that's the title of a Call of Duty man.
Why is he a lifeguard?
No, he's like that's his like they have titles. Like you never watched
Oh, it's lifeguards?
Yeah, he's playing David Hasselhoff's character.
Oh, David Hasselhoff was a lieutenant in that fucking show?
He was something like that, but that's the same character. I'm
All right, man.
Whatever.
That's funny. All right, make another skyscraper movie. Make another skyscraper movie, and we will be all good.
Call of Duty.
Shit is fucking hilarious.
While discussing the emotional process of making Black Panther Wakanda Forever following the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman, writer-director Ryan Coogler has opened up about another struggle presented by the Marvel sequel that afflicts many Black people. He didn't know how to swim. While focusing on Wakanda's epic struggle with Namor, and the forces of the underwater kingdom of Taloka, several of the film scenes required a heavy amount of aquatic filming. Unlike James Cameron, who kind of threw his Avatar actors in the deep end and forced them to learn how to hold their breath for minutes at a time. Boy, he sounds like a gem.
Get the
he
fuck
sounds
in
like
there.
a gem. This is why Black people don't know how to swim, by the way. James Cameron throws black kids into the goddamn pool, and it's just like, hold your breath. Coogler waded in with the cast and took swimming lessons for the first time in his mid-30s. Quote, if the cameras are in the water and the actors are in the water, I've got to be in the water too. Okay, this says he waded in the water. Wading in water is not swimming. All right. I can wade in the water.
He said he took swimming lessons.
Yeah, he did.
You know why? You know why? Because they're free. They're free. The mouse paid for them. If you want to get Disney to pay for my swimming lessons, I will pay for them. Or I will go.
It also says Angela Bassett and Lupita Nyong'o. They only knew how to swim a little bit, so they actually had to take lessons as well.
A little bit. Nah, yo, you know how to swim when you don't, yo.
Right. You can't half ride a bike.
Right. You can't be half pregnant and you can't half swim, yo. Like,
no, I know what y'all was doing.
Right. Walking down to the water coming up to your neck is not swimming. All right. It's not swimming a little bit. Like walking around doing this with your arms. That's not swimming a little bit. It's just walking. Just walking stupidly.
By the way, just to interrupt just for a second, Red Notice, he also plays an FBI agent. That's a Call of Duty, man. So
there you go. There you go. There you go.
Red Notice is so fucking terrible.
It was really bad.
I hate it. It was another one of those. It was another one of those art by algorithm movies.
It was.
All of his movies are like that.
Wait.
I mean, it's blatant now. Real blatant now.
Wait. Yeah. He has a movie coming out. It is an action adventure Christmas movie called Red One, which feels
Ryan
like
Reynolds.
Yeah, it feels like you just
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. It feels like you're just doing Jingle All the Way. It feels like you're trying to copy Arnold shit, but whatever. His name in that movie is Callum Drift. Okay. All right. Anyway,
what's his title?
It doesn't have enough information, but I'm going to fill it out and just put Call of Duty Man on the Wikipedia page. Likely Call of Duty Man.
Ryan Coogler told Variety, as a part of a larger discussion about how Black people have been historically excluded from swimming, quote, a lot of us were raised to have a fear of water, the 36-year-old filmmaker told Variety, admitting his own trepidation and invoking various reasons Black people have avoided or ways they've been excluded from pools and the ocean over the years. Quote, I had to figure out how to swim so I could direct this movie. And then the article goes on to say that Angela Bassett and Lupita Nyong'o don't know how to swim.
A little bit.
They were lying.
Right. Get out of here. So he, once he found some other Black people that don't know how to swim, he was like, all right, well, we can all do it together. And I'm fine with that. So if y'all want to learn how to swim together, then I'll go.
Nigga, I know how to swim.
Well.
Mike is like, I tried. That's the best I can do.
That's my shot. I mean, I get it. Like, niggas just throw bleach in pools and shit when we try to jump in there, but like, that really didn't stop us from swimming. Like, the fuck?
Nigga, you can go to the park pool for $1.50 back in the day. Knock it off. And nothing but black.
What, Druid Hill?
Yeah.
Druid Hill? Yeah, that's where I learned to have fear for the water.
You go to fucking Milford Mill swim, what the fuck is that?
No.
Oh, he gonna drown out there. Don't do that. Ain't no lifeguards out there. He gonna drown. He just put water in an aquarium. Was like, go ahead, swing out. Like, I'm scared.
Right? Nah,
you die out there. No, but I thought that was a cool story that he got over that fear to do that film. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Coogler's like a real regular guy, man. He just comes over as a real regular dude.
Yeah, a real regular. Yeah, Compton.
And he sounds like a real regular. He sounds like a nigga from California.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not saying that to make fun of him. I'm saying it because
I love it. I love it. The fact that nigga is like one of the best directors in Hollywood, and you hear him talk, and it's just sound like fucking iced tea.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I think it's great. And then he went to college. He went to college on a football scholarship, if I recall too.
Did he? God damn.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't go for filmmaking. Like, it was just kind of a thing that he picked up and got really into it.
It's like Ta-Nehisi Coates, right? Like that dude is like the new James Baldwin, and then he's just like, ew, like, what the fuck?
Yo, you cannot get away from that East Baltimore accent, yo. Not.
Oh shit.
Shit, it's hilarious.
More Rambo on the way. Sylvester Stallone says a planned prequel is now a sequel and will serve as a passing of the torch. Yeah, I would think so. Rambo stars Sylvester Stallone has revealed the planned small screen prequel is now a sequel that will serve as a passing of the torch to a new actor. Rambo Last Blood was released in 2019. That's the one with the Kano fatality. Am I correct?
Yes. The dude's heart out of his chest. It's not a thing humans can do with their hands. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Apparently Rambo is a big Temple of Doom fan for some strange fucking reason.
He didn't even yell Kali Ma. What an asshole.
Stallone has previously said that he would like to reprise the role in another sequel. We've heard that the plan may be for the prequel series on a streaming platform. It is an intriguing concept, one that could see the character revisited in an interesting way. Do you think Rambo can happen now? Because Rambo was a commentary on war. Specifically the Vietnam War and how fucked up it was and how it fucked up veterans. Right. I'm not familiar with the Guanzon in the military. I'm sure they've got their problems. I'm sure that some of those problems are self-inflicted, but I'm just curious if a new Rambo could work, right? Because that first Rambo movie wasn't like an action movie, right? He only killed one person in that entire movie. Yeah, it was a legit commentary on like the psychological like damage that war does. And then they were like, yo, we just need to make some money. Let's just have
kill everyone.
Let's just like Rambo became so violent they put him in Mortal Kombat, yo. Like that's how violent that character became.
Oh my god.
And he performed a Mortal Kombat fatality in the last movie, dude. It all comes around full circle.
So I think if you're trying to just make a dumb action movie, then yes, you can make another Rambo movie. If you're trying to make something that is an actual commentary, I mean, look, Rambo 4 is more of a commentary than Rambo 5 was. Like Rambo 5 was just like Last Blood was, it was just fucking nuts. It was just him up against a cartel It was just absolutely crazy. I loved it. It was ridiculous. Rambo 4 was absolutely fucking insane, but it was super serious. And, dealing with Myanmar and everything else. I don't need any more Rambo movies starring Sylvester Stallone, though I will say the idea of the prequel I thought was pretty cool. Like, it mentions it, like, I don't know if it mentions it here that the prequel idea was, quote, I think it's going to happen. I wanted to do like a Ken Burns documentary on Vietnam when you drop a young Rambo in there and he's an outgoing guy, football captain, and then you see why he becomes Rambo. That's actually a really interesting story, right? Like, you could bring it back to do that prequel and then, obviously pick a young actor to do it and then have that weave right into the first Rambo, right? At the very end, then you see him come home and then he goes to that town and then like credits, right? And then you could start the franchise there. But like doing another direct sequel to the last movie, it's just like, what's the next movie? Like, does he have a kid named like John Rambo or something Rambo? Like, no, that guy's dick doesn't work. What the fuck? Like, he's been probably getting kicked in it for 30 years, like in fist fights and shit. So like, what's the point? It's not a Rambo movie at that point. Just retire the franchise. It's okay. You've got or reboot it. You could do that. I don't think it's necessary, but like, what are we doing?
There's no like.
Yeah, right. I don't even want a reboot
like
of it.
Pretty synonymous with Rambo at this point. I can't see anyone else playing that particular character. It would be weird.
It'd be very weird. I mean, maybe that's why they didn't do the prequel.
Yeah.
There's no way you can like, like what made Creed great was, like it makes sense for almost called that nigga Apollo Crews. It made sense for it made sense for Apollo to have a son, and then like that son like trains with Rocky. Like it makes sense, right? Rambo having a child, no.
Unless the only way you could do it is, hey, when he was in Vietnam, he met this woman and they had a kid he didn't know, right? And then this kid shows up. But even that's Vietnam. Like that's
a kid, that nigga's 60 years old.
He's mad old. Yeah, that's true. He'd be mad old.
It's like, I'm your son. Like, nigga, you're 58.
Right. Like, why are we giving you the franchise? You're gonna retire in 2 years.
Get out of my face.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to do like maybe he met someone when he was in Myanmar or something like that. Like
that was 2008.
Yeah, like
that's still like that he would be a kid. Like
I mean, you ratchet up time a little bit. I mean, it's not like people really watching the clock on these Rambo movies for continuity. Like they're just not.
I like to think that the movie would star like Joaquin Rambo, right? Who did a 23andMe and realized that his great grandfather or his great grandfather was John Rambo, and now they have to bond, right? And now it's an Odd Couple movie where John Rambo is just like, killing's as easy as breathing, and the young Rambo is like, I want to be in my safe space because I want to breathe air. I don't want to breathe killing.
I just want to play my Switch on the beach. Leave me alone. Grandpa's crazy.
Call of Duty with my Call of Duty man.
I hate being here, Grandpa. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really weird. Now, there is an interesting anecdote in this article. It said in the same interview, Sly revealed that the most he ever turned out for a movie was $34 million after being offered a chance to star in Rambo 4 in the 1980s.
That's insane. Is this nigga telling the truth?
He said,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, he said, what an idiot. Now I think about it. Wow. That would be roughly equivalent to $85 million today. I would have been like, Rambo 4, let's rock and roll. $34 million. Like, what did he do?
Now, what the fuck?
Right, exactly. $34 million is like, that would be an insane salary to get. But that's how popular those Rambo movies were. They were just like, give this guy all the money. Not the back end, just straight $34 million.
Good Lord.
That is crazy. And then he ended up making the movie anyway for probably way, way less, right? Like, Rambo 4 definitely didn't make anywhere close to what that movie would have made in the 1980s. So I wonder when he turned that down, what was the project he did right after? I bet he was trying to do some serious shit. Like, oh, I'm not going to do one of these silly shoot 'em up movies. I'm going to do something like, Oscar, like some nonsense. So
movies came out in the 80s for him.
I guarantee you he had like a streak of trying to do something serious.
When did Rambo 3 come out?
I don't know, mid-80s.
Rambo.
Early 80s, I guess.
First Blood. Because I'm trying to see what came out right after that. Like, he did the Rocky movies. 88. After 88. Looks like Demolition Man, Cliffhanger. Into the 90s. Lock Up? Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know what that is. Look, I love Cliffhanger, so I'm not mad if that's what he decided to do instead. Like, monetarily, that might have been a mistake.
93. So it was a couple years later. Stop Where My Mom Will Shoot was 92.
I saw that in theaters.
Really?
I saw that at the Ricestown Road Plaza movie theater, yes. I did. Wasn't great.
Oh.
I laughed.
Tango and Cash.
That's a criminally underrated action movie.
Yeah, that's what it would have been.
Yeah, he should have done Rambo 4. That's crazy. All right, next up.
We talked a little bit about this on Dense Pixels. Netflix is making a feature film adaptation followed by an adult animation series based on Gears of War. Look, I like Gears of War. It's the predator of video game systems, video game franchises, right? In that there's a bunch of just like overly jacked dudes fighting aliens, and I'm all about it. Now, on Dense Pixels, we were trying to fan cast who would be in the Gears of War movie.
Dave Bautista.
And the obvious one is for Marcus is Dave Bautista, right? Because Dave Bautista is an actual skin in Gears of War.
Oh, is he really?
5? Yeah, he is, and he does his wrestling like sit down power bomb as a special move in it. Nice. And they patched in a mode where you could play as Batista in the story, and he's voicing all the lines that Marcus would voice, but it's Batista's face in the elephant armor. Brad thinks that Dave Bautista is too good of an actor for Gears of War at this point in his career.
That's wild, dude. I bet Dave Bautista would love to hear that. Though I already saw he has like total interest to do it. Like he's on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He would. I think he would love to do it. Brad had a stroke of genius when it comes to Dominic Santiago. He said, I believe he said John Bernthal should be Dominic Santiago, and I could see it.
I don't know who that is, but I like John Bernthal, so that's cool.
So Dominic is Marcus's best friend. He's the one who has the emotional arc in this video game about walking dicks, holding walking dicks, and shooting alien dicks. Look, Coltrane, Augustus Cole, there could be only one, right? Lester Spade, aka Terry Tate.
That just makes sense. Right? Yeah, that just makes sense.
Like, because it's him, right? Like, that's the guy who does the voice.
Yeah. He's getting a little old now, though, right?
He is, unfortunately. And Brad brought that up. He was like, "Well, what about Terry Crews?" And I'm like, "Oh,
he's definitely going to be in it. He's definitely going to be in it, and I don't want that.
I don't want to see that."
Right? Like, I don't want to see that, man. Like he couldn't cut it in the Expendables. You think he's gonna gonna be a good space Call of Duty, man? I don't think so, yo. And for Baird, so Jay Baird is the sarcastic, like gruff guy, but he's the scientist of the group, right?
Oh, the nerd.
Yeah, but he's not a nerd. He's a nerd, right? Like,
he's a nerd, but he also has like special forces training. Some would say, I don't know, perhaps a Call of Duty man, if you will.
Very much so. And I think John Cena could pull that off. I think
Cena would be great in these movies.
Baird. Yeah.
I think he's got the look. I can see John Cena pulling it off. Now, look, there's one other person there that Jay, I'll have to try and explain. It's a character named Carmine. And Carmine is a character who doesn't take off his helmet. And he is a member of the Carmine family. And in each game, Carmine dies. In each of the 3 games. Well, the first game, Carmine dies a horrific death, right? In the second game, Carmine's like brother is in the game because he enlisted because he's his brother was in it and he passed away. He dies in the second one, and I think in the third game they had a Jason Todd-esque contest to say, hey, do you want Carmine to die or do you want Carmine to live, right? And I think I think everyone chose to live in this new Carmine for the third one. Now, look, for Carmine, because he doesn't show his face, you need an actor with a very distinct voice who doesn't mind emoting.
I guessed exactly who the fuck you thought of as soon as you said that. I knew exactly who you were talking about. I listened to
of course, there's only one actor who has the acting chops.
You are such an asshole. Go ahead. I know who you're going to say.
This role. And it is one Nicolas Cage.
Of course.
I think Nick Cage would be a perfect Carmine. I think it would be a tremendous, like, I bet he would do it for the acting challenge. And yeah, man, I want Carmine to be played by Nicolas Cage. I don't care who else gets cast in this thing, as long as Carmine is played by Nicolas Cage doing the Con Air accent, then I would be okay with this.
I don't know anything about that character. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Looking at pictures, I 100% agree with you. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, look, I expect this to be just stupid and something I will 100% watch on Netflix. Okay.
Who else could possibly be the lead for Gears of War outside of Batista?
What is the character's name who's the lead on Gears?
I forgot his goddamn name.
Marcus Phoenix. Phoenix is spelled Phoenix because
got it.
Games.
Because games,
I guess.
And Cliffy B.
Yeah, and Cliff
Blazinski.
Somebody with a weird last name has a main character who has a weird spelling of a last name.
Yeah, no, this has got Dave Bautista written all over it.
Yeah, I can see maybe if they don't get him, he's always in armor, so I don't know how big he is outside of the armor. You get like a Frank Grillo or some shit like that. He's a good enough actor.
Oh yeah,
he's got the look too.
Yeah, with the beard at least. Like older Marcus.
Yep, I could see that.
So actually, no, I've seen Frank Grillo like a soul patch in movies.
Yeah, I feel like Frank Grillo is the exact caliber of actor that's slightly too good for this movie, but would be willing to cut just slightly. Like, he does a lot of bullshit movies, and I think he's a better actor than that, but he does a lot of bullshit movies. But he's better than Gears. But like, if he was in Gears, people would be like, I like that guy. They might be taking this seriously. Like, I feel like that would be the response if you saw that Frank Grillo was starring in Gears, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I've seen just like clips of this game. It looks ridiculous. Yeah, so I look forward to this. 100%.
It should be fun. I'm hoping it'll be fun. But it's Netflix. I don't have high hopes.
But not the best.
Speaking of something I don't have high hopes for, Winston Duke is back as fearsome warrior M'Baku in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, but he has joined Ryan Gosling in The Fall Guy, Universal's big screen take on the 1980s adventure television series. Here's why I'm skeptical. Bullet Train director David
that's why I put it under you.
is helming the action extravaganza.
Best of luck.
Which already has Emily Blunt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Stephanie Sue rolling
getting people back from Bullet Train.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. In a switch from the 80s show that starred Lee Majors, the story doesn't focus on a stuntman. Yeah, all right, you're already fucking up. The story doesn't focus on a stuntman with a side hustle as a bounty hunter. Instead, the script by Drew Pearce focuses on a battered and past his prime stuntman played by Ryan Gosling.
Yes, when I think past his prime, I think Ryan Gosling. Just do the fucking show, man. What are you talking about?
Wait. Okay. This doesn't make any sense. The story doesn't focus on the stuntman with a side hustle with a bounty hunter. Instead, the script, it focuses on a battered past his prime stuntman.
Ryan Gosling's not that old, though.
Who finds himself
like 40. The fuck?
Who finds himself back on a movie with the star for whom he doubled a long time ago, who replaced him. However, the star has gone missing. That doesn't make any sense. The fact that Terrence is thinking about it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so he's back on the set of a movie of is the actor the main actor that replaced him? Because he's a stuntman.
Right, like it makes it sound like it makes it sound like he was the double, and then that guy became decided he didn't want to be an actor anymore and took over him as a stuntman.
I'll do my own stunts. So he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! We don't need you." And now he's missing, so he comes back as the main character.
I don't get it. I think this. I think the actor. I think the actor was like, "I hate acting. I want to be a stuntman now." I've quit acting. I just want to be a stuntman. And then someone's like, I'm going to kidnap you. And they're like, Ryan Gosling, can you come back, even though you were a stuntman, to now replace this guy as an actor? And he's like, oh, okay. Because that doesn't make any sense. Like, I read that synopsis. I was like, I don't know if it's just bad writing on the article. It's
he finds himself back on a movie with a star for whom he doubled. So he doubled with the star a long time ago. And
who replaced him?
Oh, maybe they fired him to get. Maybe they fired him and got a different stuntman. Maybe that's what they're saying.
So was the one that replaced him? I give up. I don't care anymore. I don't care. This is
look, I get it. I get it.
Written poorly,
I think it's written poorly.
It's written very poorly. So the movie, he's back on a movie with a movie star, and the movie star replaced the stuntman with another stuntman.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
And now it's awkward or whatever.
But that guy's missing now.
Good, though. Yeah, where's the bounty hunter? Where's the bounty hunting come in?
There's not going to be any. I'm like, I don't know. Why do you have to deviate from the original idea? The original idea is actually pretty fun, right? Like, hey, I moonlight as a bounty hunter, even though I like jump cars off of ramps and shit during the day. Like, all right, cool.
So the movie star has gone missing. The movie star has gone missing. The movie star is missing. So now we just got two stuntmen?
What? So is he going to have to find that nigga? Like, what are we talking about?
By the way, I'm calling it right now. The other stuntman, he's the villain. Like, there you go. You're welcome. It's the other stuntman. He replaced him with his other stuntman, and that guy turns out to be a bad guy. Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
A bad guy to do what?
Like, what? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's what bad guys do around stunt movies.
He's gonna take his role as it's like see I think this movie is getting confused. Stuntman is not the same as understudy. right? Like it's not a play, yo. It's not the main actor broke his leg, so now the person on deck can come up and play Hamlet, right? Like,
hey, you've been jumping ramps all day. You ready to do Shakespeare? No, okay, that's not really my role.
Oh
okay.
shit.
Yeah, but you look close enough. Close enough.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't wait to not watch this.
The star has gone missing. Like, what the fuck does that matter? I don't understand what the fuck this does. Like, look, I'm gonna need to see a trailer because this makes absolute fucking sense.
Does the studio go, oh no, our star is missing? Hey, stunt guy, can you go find him for us?
No problem. No problem.
Like, does he have a history of being a fucking private dick? Like, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand it.
Why is Winston Duke going to be in this movie? Like, did Winston Duke read the synopsis and was like, am I the other stunt man or am I the actor? Like, I don't know.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is the actor. So I don't know who the fuck is going to be the other stunt man.
All right.
What if it is Winston Duke?
That would be wild. The big black dude, like you could play Aaron Taylor Johnson. Okay, sure. I guess I can skip the Chris Rock to pilot Netflix live technology story since Micah ruined it. And I don't really care that much. Venom 3 will be directed not by Let There Be Carnage director Andy Serkis, but instead it will be directed by Kelly Marcel, who has been writing all of these previous movies. So she will be jumping into the director's chair, I assume, and also writing it.
Okie dokie.
This is going to be the worst one. This is going to be the worst one. Yeah, it's going to be really bad.
This will be her first movie that she. No. Oh, so she's going to be directing. This is her first directing. This is her directorial debut.
Cool.
Excellent.
Great.
Right.
Why don't you just light your career on fire? Great. Look, those two films have grossed $1.36 billion worldwide. So, I mean, maybe people think, oh yeah, she's a hot commodity, but those movies are terrible. And they're written rather poorly, actually. But God bless. Look, I'm all for her getting her shot at directing. I think that's dope. I just don't think those movies are worth a damn. But
she's written Terra Nova, Saving Mr. Banks, 50 Shades of Grey, Venom, Cruella, and Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Okay, people liked Cruella, so I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I mean.
Okay,
I haven't seen any of those movies. My wife saw Cruella. She was a big fan of Cruella. So take that for whatever nonsense it's worth.
It might be good. You don't know. Indiana Jones series in the works at Disney Plus. Not starring Mutt Williams, I assume. Yeah. So this is a thing that's happening. I guess I assume that this is not a Harrison Ford starring project. That seems a bit weird. But the possibilities on this are vast, as this article says, ranging from a prequel set during the adventurous archaeologist's youth, akin to the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, to a spin-off that would expand the scope of the blockbuster film branding. I don't need an Indiana Jones spin-off. I don't care about anyone else in that universe. I just care about Indiana Jones. And that I speak for probably 99% of people who enjoy the Indiana Jones movies. No one cares about anyone else in that universe. Just make it a prequel. If you're going to do it, just make it a prequel. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you ain't punching Nazis, I'm kind of like out on Indiana Jones.
It's kind of
I don't want it to be like a young Indiana Jones. I didn't really care for young Indiana Jones.
It's not good.
And I don't know, man. I think
the kid.
I think Indiana Jones.
Years ago. Wait, Young Indiana Jones? No, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Wasn't that River Phoenix?
No, River Phoenix played young Indiana Jones in the movie.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I like Indiana Jones, but like I only like the third Indiana Jones. Like I like Raiders, it's fine. I'll watch it if it's on. Right? Temple of Doom, as much as like I give it crap, if it's on, like I'll see if something else is on, and if nothing else is on, then I'll go back to it. Right? But like The Last Crusade is amazing. And
it is.
I'll watch it every Father's Day. Because I think it's one of the Father's Day movies that I watch from time to time.
That's a good Father's Day movie. That's actually a peak dad movie. It is.
Yeah, I love that movie. And so that's the only one I really like. Like I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. I feel like National Treasure is enough for me. Like the first National Treasure.
Have you watched?
That's all the
archaeology.
No,
I forgot about
does
that
it have Nicolas Cage in it? Does it have Carmine in it?
Does it have Carmine in it? I don't know. Maybe he has a cameo.
No. I'm not wasting my time if Nicolas Cage isn't talking about stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Interesting.
Yeah, I need him to just say we have to steal, insert document here in every National Treasure. You know, like we have to steal the Magna Carta. Like you know, like I need him to do that shit. That needs to be his like signature.
That's funny. Yeah, apparently there was an old Indiana Jones in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, played by George Hall. He was like mad old. He was 93 years old. I never watched that many episodes. Okay. Yeah, I don't need this. I feel like this is going to blow up in their face more than they realize. I think people just really hard associate that role with Harrison Ford, and they're not going to want to see anybody else in that role. So,
well, we all remember what happened.
Because again, we're old.
Yeah, that's true.
They can have a new Indiana Jones, and like younger people won't remember him being Indiana Jones if they've never seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
So,
man.
I mean,
what did people love Solo?
What is that?
No, people did not love Solo.
I forgot. Well, who the fuck went to see Solo? But is it the same fan base?
It's Star Wars. I did not think
Indiana Jones.
I didn't hate Solo. It's not great, but I didn't hate it.
They're Lucas property, but like Star Wars fans are fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're psychos.
Yeah, so
all of them.
So I think
all of them.
There's only been 3. Well, no, there's been 4 Indiana Jones movies.
No, there hasn't.
Yeah, it was 3.
The 4th one's coming out eventually.
Right. So I guess I don't know. Do people have the same reverence for this series as they do as for Star Wars? Do they?
Not probably on that level, but I mean there are people who are pretty hardcore Indiana Jones fans.
I mean, Harrison Ford does. Ford loves it. I don't think anyone loves it as much as Harrison Ford.
No,
but,
I think that's true.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. I honestly don't give a fuck, but like I can see if they're trying to make it for like a new generation. Because again,
we'll see.
I always forget how the fuck old I am because I don't look old. And I see people my age. I see white people my age, and I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like how? Like we're all the same age. But I see people again. I see white folks, and I'm like, yo, why do y'all look like y'all live in your 50s? This is weird. Stop.
Why do you look? Why do you look? Yeah, it's some lotion. Why do you look 50 when you're 35?
Like he said, why do you look 50 when you're 23?
Yo, the way that white dude turns to that cabinet has got to be one of the funniest things. Like,
one one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was like, it's like, oops.
Everybody was like, he's got a point. He's out of line, but he's got a point. Like,
But he's
right. Yikes. She did look mad old. Next up, we didn't talk about this last week, so I decided to put it up this week. Vision is getting a spinoff at Disney Plus. So the WandaVision co-star, played by Paul Bettany, is actually getting going to get a spinoff. Look, I think that's awesome. That's cool. I'm very interested to see where that character ends up in the MCU. I assume eventually he'll get some color back, but much like Micah's son, it takes a little bit of time to kind of bake in.
Didn't Vision have Vision? I know Vision had his own comic. Didn't Vision have a family?
Yeah, he did.
And like a wife and daughter or something like that, or like 2 or 3 kids or something like that.
Yeah, he had a couple of synthezoid kids.
So I would imagine that this is like if Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation had a family. I would imagine that that's what it's kind of going for, but I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Of course.
I'll give most of Marvel's television. I'll put a shot. So
yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I'm like that Vision comic, that Tom King Vision comic that you're thinking about, where he has a whole family and all. Like, I bet they don't do that, only because that feels like that would be very similar to what WandaVision kind of was. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, some people think Wanda's dead. Some people will think Wanda's still alive. I don't know if they're ever going to put those 2 characters back together. I hope so. If she is still alive, I hope they would. But, at the same time, you've got Wonder Man that's also coming out, right? So, he plays a big part in Vision's history, or some parts of Vision's history. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll, tie those characters together a little bit more or something like that. I have no idea. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Interesting to see. All right. Next up, What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast.
Convenience store chain Lawson recently launched a rather intriguing new product, flavorless candy that apparently tastes like emptiness. Whether it be sweet, sour, salty, or even spicy.
Shit is just sad over
there. Russia.
Candy has Japan.
Yeah, that was going to be my second guess.
Japan.
Who the fuck is eating candy that tastes like emptiness?
What is Japanese businessmen, apparently. Whatever a Japanese businessman has for lunch, apparently. So flavorless candy is a thing these days. Lawson, one of Japan's largest convenience store chains, is currently testing a number of products, including the aptly named tasteless candy is what it translates to, which apparently tastes like nothing. As you can imagine, the marketed lack of flavor has been raising eyebrows in Japan for good reason. After all, you can even imagine sucking on a candy that has no taste?
No.
What is this? What is
it? Is it just?
What's it made out of?
You know what it is? These are just ice cubes, aren't they? They're just ice cubes that they're selling.
Because it's candy. Like, it's
made out of what?
It's like that Japanese candy that they give you after you eat sushi, but it's
candy's wet,
colorless, and I would imagine that it's like having chewed up bubble gum, right? Because like once the flavor's gone from bubble gum, like it's nothing.
I'm very confused about what's going on in Japan. I'm very, very confused.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, is life so like sick, sad world over there that they have to invent nothing candy?
Well, Daria,
or is it like a Seinfeld nothing? Right? Whereas like a Seinfeld nothing is about something.
Right.
It's just
Mundane.
about everyday life.
It's
Right.
mundane. I find it very weird that you know what it is? Nobody's fucking over there. Like it's a real problem, you know. Nobody's having sex, and they're just like, I don't know, let's just make some nothing gum. Like, or
who do we have to impress?
Right, like, or talk to a girl, talk to a woman, so you can touch a boob and have a life experience. For the love of God, like, please, Japan, you guys need to fuck
sugar. It's synthetic sugar and polydextrose. Oh, no, synthetic sugar and organic sugar. Erythritol, whatever. So it's just sugar and some other thing to probably keep it from spoiling.
No, this sounds awful.
Okay.
So processed sugar pills. That don't sound healthy.
That's fucking terrible. Why would you? Okay, Japan is weird.
Yeah, people need to have sex over there. Like this is a real problem. Real problem over there, guys. All right, Terrence, you're up.
Playboy, Playboy King has been married 87 times to 46 different women.
Africa. Well, Africa's far. Not only is Africa big,
Africa's far. Thank you, T-Boss.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Nigeria.
No. Jay. A 61-year-old farmer has been dubbed the country's Playboy King after it was revealed that he plans to marry for the 88th time.
Oh, this is India. Niggas are wild over
there. Indonesia. Khan is a rice farmer from West Java in Indonesia with a very interesting story. He claims to have been married a total of 87 times during his lifetime and that he is getting ready for his 88th wedding with one of his ex-wives.
Right. He ain't learned his lesson.
The Playboy King, as Indonesian news media dubbed Khan, rose to fame after telling his story to a YouTuber whose video quickly went viral, attracting the attention of several news outlets who tracked the man down and visited his home in this village. Although he originally refused to give any more deep interviews. I'm not trying to pronounce that shit. So
look at that smile. Goodness gracious.
A smile only 87 women could love. Jesus Christ.
No, 46. 46 women can love. They've been married 87 times to the same women.
Yeah, no.
He keep doubling back.
Count.
Oh, he doubling
Doubles
back.
don't count, bro.
Nah, yo.
This ain't fucking Uno. You can't just stack them. Nah, yo. Nah. Get out of here.
This guy's more of a Playboy prince.
It was because he respected them and didn't want them to feel like simple flings. That's why he married this woman. So even though the relationship only lasted a month or even a week, he always married them beforehand.
Oh,
the reason is that I also didn't want to play with women's feelings, let alone other people's children. Rather than committing immorality, it was better that I get married and then divorced and then married and then divorced and then. Of the 87 marriages, only 40 were registered with the Office of Religious Affairs, while the others were sealed with traditional weddings. Also, he didn't get a divorce every time he remarried. How does this work? Because some of the 46 women he wed didn't want to give him a divorce. He simply remarried anyway. God damn.
This dude was out there.
Yeah.
So this nigga's married to like 30 women still.
Now, in fairness, this guy must be laying it down.
2 or more wives at the same time.
Sure. Not if they pity marriages.
Like they pity him.
Right. He's like,
he's just trying to rack up numbers. Like this guy's just trying. He's just playing the numbers.
I'm not going on dates. I'm just fucking gonna go ahead and get married.
Is he sleeping with all of these women? Has he slept with all of these women?
Look at him. Do you think he has?
I mean, I don't know what the women look like.
I don't know what the women look like. You're right. I don't know. I don't know what the women look like.
I mean, he the Playboy King out there.
Khan's longest marriage was 14 years, but many of his other marriages were much shorter.
Nigga, I thought you were going to say 14 months. I was going to lose it.
Yo, that's insane.
Bro, just relax. Just relax.
He's got a can opener, yo. He's got a can opener smile.
Maybe that's what all the women are like. Yo, we have all these cans, and we got no can opener. Like, let's call the king, and he just like cracks it in and just fucking rotates it, and he's like, there you go. And they're like, I'm gonna marry you. It's like, all right, let me touch your boob.
Yeah, nah, yo, you don't. Nah, I don't. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. First of all, he's doubling up. Second of all, he's not legally getting married and legally getting divorced. He's just like, we married now. He's having the party without all the paperwork. Anybody can have a party. What the fuck?
Right? How do you get married with? Well, I don't know how it works over there in Indonesia. So
he's like a bizarro Nick Cannon. Instead of like racking up kids, he's just racking up marriages. Like,
why? Right.
Well, he's a smart Nick Cannon because
he's getting ready to have his 12th kid. I saw that
right after his 11th, which he just announced like a month and a half ago.
These women are literally out there just birthing his kids for clout, and he's a fucking asshole too. They're all of them. Every adult involved is an idiot.
I really don't get that.
But now my baby's got Nick Cannon for a day. He ain't gonna see that kid. How? on what schedule?
Also, like let's say,
he's got okay, so
I mean, let's say the unthinkable happens, right? Let's say the unthinkable happens, and Nick Cannon passes away, right?
Hopefully that doesn't.
And let's say he leaves his estate to his family. Nigga, that's like a class action lawsuit. Like, you're not gonna get that much. Like,
everybody fight for $1.25. That's it.
Like I see people like defending it. It's like, oh, he's building his legacy and all this other bullshit. I'm like, no, he's not.
No, his legacy is a bunch of fatherless children. That's his legacy. Like,
but he got the money to take care of him. Like, yeah, but you still need a father. You need to be a father to your children. Money,
yeah, yo.
There are plenty of
incredibly irresponsible to me, and I can't. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't get defending it, and also like there are great fathers and great mothers who don't have any money, but they're there. Right. Like money is not a replacement for actually being in your child's life.
It's a physical impossibility for him to be there for all 12 of his children, especially since it's by like 10 different women.
Who are these women keep having kids with this nigga? Yeah, I'm just like
they're like set. They're set for life. Like I don't have any respect for them either.
No, zero.
Like you can call whatever the fuck you want. I don't expect them chicks because that's crazy. You know he's got 9 children already.
Yeah,
and you just want that. You're just gonna get that money. It's cool. I mean, look,
that's weird.
Money, but like I don't have any respect for that shit. That's
gross.
Wildly irresponsible. But I'm the asshole.
Whatever. I judge openly. Nick Cannon's a fucking dickhead, and so he's a fucking dickhead. And he told people not to vote a couple of years ago while wearing the same turban my grandmother used to wear. Shut up, nigga. Shut up.
Yo, why is he dressed like a Hebrew Israelite? Like,
he does, yo. And he's
like, why does he do that?
And remember, he pulled himself out of it a little bit. He's a bit of an anti-Semite too. Like he is.
He pulled himself out, but he jumped right back into the fucking fire by coming to what's his name's aid a couple days ago.
Oh, to Kanye's aid or Kyrie's aid?
No, Kyrie. That dumb nigga.
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead and defend a nigga who thinks the earth is flat. Good job. Yo, you've been on a plane before, yo. You've flown to other countries. Yo. You still don't understand? All right. Bet. Okay.
Yo, he's dressed like the Great Tiger from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
He is. It's the same turban, yo. It's the same turban.
That's just like, going.
What?
Yeah, that shit is mad offensive, by the way. Hilarious, but mad offensive. That game is nothing but offensive stereotypes about people from all over the world. It's fucked up. I love that game.
I love it.
Like, why does he dress like that? That's weird.
I don't know, but like people should not adopt it. Like, dudes should not wear granny turbans, Joe. It's weird. This is very weird to me. The first time I saw a guy wear that, I was like, you do know, like, old lady. You know what? All right. I don't understand young people anymore. I got it. He's not young. Yeah, he's not.
That's the thing. He's older than. What is he?
He old enough to know better. He old enough to know better.
He's 42.
Yeah. Am I wearing a fucking turban? No. Okay. My story: a 8-year-old boy bit and killed a cobra after the reptile wrapped itself around his arm and sank its fangs into his skin.
Did the little girl do this shit a couple months ago?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That was like in India or some shit like that.
Yeah, young people have had enough of cobras. Like, they're just not dealing with this anymore. The boy was attacked by the snake on October 31st, but then he was like, "No, I'm just going to bite it." He bit it twice and killed it.
You sure this isn't my neighbor's kid?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she a biter.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we can have her hanging out with Maxwell.
I'm saying it.
You saying India? That is correct. Yep, young Indian boy. And if you look at the article, yeah, he got the chompers for it. Like that snake gotta watch out. So.
Oh well, yeah.
He do. Look, saved his life.
The fucking prosthetics that fucking Rami Malek had and got in Bohemian Rhapsody.
He sang better. Like, yeah, I can see that. Trailers this week.
Shit out that nigga. I love teeth big as shit.
Yeah, he has like Steve Harvey veneers. Like they are fucking serious. Trailers this week. Michael, what is the proper pronunciation of this? You're half French.
Chevalier. Chevalier. It means like a knight. Like you know how English people get knighted? Yeah. This is the French version of that.
Ah, I see. This is with Kelvin Harrison Jr., who is who is playing this actually it's like a real character or like a real person, who was a violinist in France who helped like push off the French Revolution. Or at least provide the like inspirational music for the French Revolution. I never knew of this story. It looks interesting.
This person, in fact, a Negro in real life?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. Those are really irritating.
Yeah, they are. Here's the thing with this movie. This seems like an incredibly interesting story. It also seems like it seems like this isn't going to be a good movie. Like, do you remember the
and he's a very good actor. He's a very good young actor. I like him a lot.
Do you remember the I think it was like a Netflix movie, the Madam C.J. Walker movie that just came that just came out.
It had like
modern music.
I'm getting that. I'm getting vibes like that from this, right?
I could see that.
A little too much contemporary speak for my taste. A little too much like you got served looks. You know what I mean?
Are you saying at some point? Are you saying at some point, like while he's playing, like they're just gonna cut into like "Power" by Kanye for some odd reason? like at some point.
Yeah, like I feel like they're gonna have a violin off, and he's gonna drop the violin, and then the crowd is just gonna go, oh, like.
My question is, who's braiding this nigga's hair?
It's his mom.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his mom.
Oh, okay.
His mom is
in
in it.
Okay,
they better be.
Yeah, because I'm not trusted.
White people got him going. They got him wearing fucking powdered wigs and shit.
Yeah. I don't like that shit.
They look itchy.
Yeah, like at
dirty.
It was. Everyone was
really dirty. Everybody was dirty as fuck and gross.
Yeah, you can you you ever think about that, right? Like what it must have smelled like.
Yeah, they would just throw shit out the window. That's why them niggas
at 43 seconds of the trailer, when he's just like and what nigga?
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. I don't know. if he says "and what nigga," then I'll see this movie. like I'm like, yeah, okay. That's a solid moment in the movie.
I'm talking all this shit. I'll probably end up watching it once my wife sees the trailer.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah. And I'll probably watch it. I'll watch it with her.
I mean, here's the thing: if it gets good reviews,
is this a Netflix movie?
No, this is a Searchlight.
This is a movie.
No, in theaters. It does feel like a Netflix movie.
Oh,
it feels like a Peacock movie. No, but it says in theaters April 7th. Look, if it gets good reviews, maybe it's something we talk about on Black on Black Cinema. I don't know. But it's a very interesting story. Certainly,
it is a very interesting story. But you know, it's also like you got this white woman like dressing them down, right? Like, oh, you're a party trick. You're a pet playing the violin. That's all, right? And then he goes up to her and is just like,
BBC,
you wanna see my dick?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like
they gonna kill you in France, dog. Like, you gonna die. Like, I know you can play the fiddle real good, but like they will still kill your ass. Like, zero compunction about that.
The untold true story. I'm pretty sure you could go to Wikipedia and read the entire story.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
Right.
No, you can't.
What's untold? Who figured out the untold part? This nigga was born in 1745. Who gave us the untold part?
Nah, you hating.
Some relatives.
Oh, yeah.
400 years ago.
French Creole. All right. There you go. Of course. All right. Last but certainly not least, the John Wick Chapter 4 trailer. What do you gentlemen think?
I'm gonna see it. It looks silly. I wonder if it has more of a plot than the third one. Because the third one literally did not have a plot. It was just action sequence after action sequence. Now, the thing about that was Black Adam was the same thing. It was action sequence after action sequence.
Yep.
But the ones in John Wick were better.
Oh, 100%.
More inventive. So I give John Wick a pass. This looks very similar to what the third one was. I just want to see him shoot niggas. I don't know. Like, I'm going to see it. It looks silly. It looks fucking ridiculous. And it's Donnie Yen. And him having a sword off at the end. That looks dope.
Yeah, it does. Micah, you're a fan of this franchise. Big fan.
I do like this franchise, but I is this the last one? Please.
I feel like it is.
It should be.
Okay.
I don't think we need it.
Okay, honestly. because they had a very simple premise in the first one, and that's why it worked. That's one of the reasons why it worked, right? And then they got a little too big for their britches and decided that, like, well, what if there's a whole secret society of assassins and they have their own currency and their own no man's land and their own locations and like if everybody's an assassin, then nobody's an assassin, yo. Like,
yeah, there's like way too many assassins running around. Like there's way too
many secret murderers running around, yo. Like and bulletproof suits, which looks like it makes a comeback. And
I hated that.
Look, this is probably going to be fine, right? Like, I'm not going into John Wick for the story at any point anymore.
It's
right?
good
like,
because there isn't one.
And the problem is, I think they're taking the story part of it way too seriously. Nobody gives a fuck about the secret society of assassins anymore. Like, they want to see Keanu Reeves doing cool shit. And not like, and for me, I don't even want Keanu Reeves talking, okay? Because, like, yeah, we all like Keanu Reeves, but, like, come on, man. It's Keanu Reeves. Like, his delivery in some of these things.
He's the same character in every movie at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, he don't even cut his hair, yeah.
Neo. Like, he don't even give a fuck anymore.
No, he don't cut his hair
last
anymore.
Matrix, yeah, he looks the same.
Yeah.
The last Matrix movie, he was just like sleepwalking through that terrible fucking movie. But it looks like he's doing the same here. He just likes to showcase his fucking martial arts skills that he has.
You and I
honing.
left the good life a long time ago, my friend. Like, come on, yo. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, I know for a fact you are better than that.
Yeah, he definitely is better
man.
than that.
Like, you are. Like, what are you doing?
Like, I've heard you in like real conversations. Just talk.
But I think they try to push up this like the very cool guy way of you know what I mean, like, because like even if you go back to the first one, in the very famous scene, it's like, I think I'm back or whatever. Like there's like this really weird pause in that scene, and it's like,
yeah,
well, I do, right? There's like this swell of like it's unnecessary. By the way, Donnie Yen, I'm predicting, is blind in this movie. I don't think
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like if you watch that last fight sequence, he's not looking at him. He's not at all. Like he's fighting in a very. I mean, Donnie Yen is an amazing martial artist, but like, yeah, I don't think he can see. No, I know he can't because he has a cane that turns into a sword. Nah, he's blind. That's how good he is. He's blind and he's still kicking John Wick's ass.
It's fucking.
Okay. That's fine.
Look. He was a blind guy in Star Wars Rogue One too.
Yeah, he was fucking awesome in that.
And he was dope in that.
Yeah, look, you want a dope Asian man? Fucking you called Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen is so fucking cool, man.
Yes. He's crazy good. He's crazy good. All right. Fine. Look, again, I have no thoughts that this is going to have any level of story. They gave that shit up in the third movie. It just gave up.
So. Yeah, that third was fucking bad.
Yo,
he's like,
Donnie Yen is 59 years old, dude.
And he would beat me within an inch of my life with zero issues. Yeah, there's nothing I could do to stop that guy.
Really?
Yeah. He looks great, by the way, for that old.
Yeah. He hasn't hit that wall yet.
Oh yeah, no, he hit that. He's like, oh shit, like
he hasn't hit that wall. Him and Ming Na Wen.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, that's why they still acting. Like,
look, you know what it is?
They like sharks, man. They like sharks. You got to keep moving. Or you're gonna die.
Michelle Yeoh too.
Right, yep. Michelle Yeoh. Is she 60 yet? She might be
definitely, dude. Definitely.
Oh yeah, she's in her 60s.
Yeah, but like, as long as you keep doing fucking kung fu kicks to stay alive. Like, the second you go one day without doing one, all that gray comes in. Like, oh shit.
Oh, she just turned 60.
She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. She has aged incredibly well. And she was awesome in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. She was great. Really great. Sad that her co-star, who was also great in it, is going to be in The Fall Guy. That movie, that mystery movie that no one knows what it's about. All right. That is it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See you.